Peter Griffin has set his own house on fire multiple times. He's fought a giant chicken across multiple continents for over a decade. He's mistaken a stroke for a funny face. But here's the thing. Peter's stupidity isn't random. It's structured, layered. And when you analyze every idiotic decision across 20-plus seasons, you realize his stupidity operates on 7 distinct levels, each one more destructive than the last. Let's break down exactly how Peter Griffin became the dumbest man in television history. Level 1. Basic incompetence. Functional stupidity. Peter can't remember his own kid's name sometimes. He thinks the F in often is silent. He's failed to understand how stairs work. This is surface level Peter, the guy who's just barely functional enough to hold a job and not die. But here's what makes level 1 different from actual brain damage. Peter functions when he needs to. He drives to work. He operates machinery at the brewery. He navigates complex social situations when survival requires it. His stupidity at this level is selective. He's dumb about things that don't immediately threaten him. This isn't medical stupidity. This is willful ignorance. Peter chooses not to learn, not to remember, not to try, because trying requires effort, and effort requires caring about consequences. And Peter has spent his entire life insulated from consequences by his family, his job, and cartoon physics. Level 1 stupidity is safe stupidity, the kind that gets laughs at parties but doesn't destroy lives, yet. Level 2, dangerous impulsiveness, the escalation. Peter sees a button that says, "Don't push." He immediately pushes it. He's told a joke is offensive. He repeats it louder. Someone says, "You probably shouldn't do that." He does it twice. Level 2 is where Peter's stupidity becomes weaponized against himself. He doesn't just lack knowledge, he actively rejects it. Authority figures, warning signs, common sense. These aren't guides for Peter. They're challenges, dares, things that exist specifically for him to ignore. The dead frog incident, the boat explosion, the time he bought a tank. Peter doesn't just make bad decisions, he makes them faster and harder when warned not to. His brain sees danger and translates it to entertainment. This isn't stupidity anymore. This is self-destructive compulsion dressed as comedy. And what makes it level 2 is that Peter survives. Every explosion, every disaster, every choice that should kill him just doesn't, so he never learns, never faces real consequences, never develops the fear response that keeps normal people alive. Level 3, catastrophic self-sabotage, destroying success. Peter gets $1 million idea, the Peterotica audiobooks. He's actually successful, making money, building something, and then he deliberately ruins it by making it too weird, too personal, too Peter. This happens repeatedly. Peter acquires power, wealth, talent, or opportunity, and within the same episode, he destroys it, not through external forces, through his own decisions. He can't handle success because success requires maintenance, responsibility, sustained effort beyond the initial impulse. Level 3 stupidity is the inability to recognize when you're winning. Peter doesn't just fail, he fails when he's already succeeded. He snatches defeat from the jaws of victory because victory feels wrong, uncomfortable, like he's supposed to be somewhere he doesn't belong. Watch how Peter acts when things go well. He gets nervous, paranoid. He starts making deliberately bad choices as if trying to return to his natural state of chaos. Success is the anomaly, failure is home, and Peter will burn down any achievement to get back to familiar ground. Level 4, malicious stupidity, weaponized ignorance. Peter learns Meg is being bullied at school. His solution? Make it worse. He learns Lois is unhappy. His solution? Ignore it and do something for himself. He discovers his actions hurt someone. His solution? Pretend he didn't notice. Level 4 is where Peter's stupidity stops being passive and becomes aggressive. He's not just dumb, he's strategically dumb. He weaponizes his own ignorance to avoid responsibility, accountability, and emotional labor. I didn't know becomes his shield against every consequence. But watch closely. Peter knows. He always knows. His face shows comprehension for a split second before the stupid smile returns, before the hehehehe laugh covers the moment of awareness. Peter chooses ignorance because ignorance means he doesn't have to change, doesn't have to apologize, doesn't have to be better. This is the most dangerous level yet because it's not stupidity, it's abuse disguised as stupidity. Peter hurts people and then pretends he's too dumb to understand why that's wrong, and everyone around him enables it because that's just Peter. Level 5, reality-breaking incompetence. Physics defiance. Peter fights the chicken. Their battle destroys city blocks, spans continents, violates physics in ways that should be impossible even in cartoons. And it's all over an expired coupon. The commitment to stupidity is so intense that reality itself has to bend to accommodate it. Level 5 stupidity doesn't just ignore consequences, it overwrites them. Peter should die daily. The injuries he sustains should end him. But he doesn't die because his stupidity is so pure, so absolute, that the universe makes exceptions. Cartoon physics protects other characters sometimes. It protects Peter always. Why? Because Peter's stupidity serves a function. It maintains chaos. It generates entropy. Every disaster Peter causes creates ripple effects that drive plot, generate conflict, provide entertainment. His stupidity isn't a character flaw, it's a universal constant. The show's physics engine treats Peter's idiocy as a fundamental force, and that's terrifying, because it means Peter isn't stupid within a world. The world is arranged to enable his stupidity, to require it, to make sure he never learns, never grows, never stops being the avatar of destructive impulse. Level 6. Existential stupidity. Timeline destruction. Peter gets a button that can erase people from existence. He uses it, repeatedly, casually, without thought. He erases Meg multiple times before someone stops him. He rewrites reality, creates alternate timelines, breaks the fabric of existence, all because pressing buttons is fun. Level 6 stupidity operates beyond individual incidents. It threatens continuity itself. Peter doesn't just make bad choices in his timeline. He makes choices that destroy timelines. The multiverse episode shows infinite Peters making infinite stupid decisions across infinite realities, each one worse than the last. This reveals something crucial. Peter's stupidity is universal. Every version of Peter, across every reality, makes the same catastrophic choices. It's not learned behavior, it's not environment, it's something hard-coded into his existence. Peter Griffin will always be stupid, in every universe, forever. And if stupidity is that fundamental to his character, then Peter isn't a person who's stupid. Peter is stupidity that happens to look like a person. His consciousness is just the excuse the universe uses to generate chaos. Remove Peter, and the cosmic role of fat idiot who breaks everything would manifest in someone else. Level 7. Transcendent stupidity. Beyond comprehension. Peter becomes God. He literally becomes God in multiple episodes, controls reality, creates and destroys, and he uses these powers to do the exact same stupid things he was already doing. Infinite power doesn't change Peter. It just gives his stupidity infinite scale. Level 7 is where Peter's stupidity transcends stupidity and becomes something else, a force, a principle, the manifestation of purity given cosmic authority. When Peter has omnipotence, he doesn't become wise or careful or responsible. He becomes Peter at maximum volume. This is the final truth about Peter Griffin. His stupidity isn't limited by his circumstances. It's limited only by his power level. Give Peter a job at a brewery, he'll make localized disasters. Give Peter control of reality, he'll make universal ones. The scale changes, but the nature doesn't. And that's what makes Peter Griffin fundamentally different from every other stupid character in television. Homer Simpson has moments of clarity. Patrick Star has hidden depths. Even characters designed to be idiots have layers, complexity, hidden intelligence. Peter has none of that. Peter at his smartest is still Peter. Peter with God powers is still Peter. Peter, given every opportunity to grow, learn, and change, stays Peter. His stupidity isn't a mask or a defense mechanism. It's his fundamental nature, the bedrock of his existence. The 7 levels aren't a progression toward intelligence. They're a descent into the purest expression of stupidity possible. From basic incompetence to dangerous impulsiveness to self-sabotage to weaponized ignorance to physics-defying chaos to timeline destruction to cosmic-scale idiocy. And unlike Patrick Star, who might be hiding intelligence, or Homer Simpson, who has occasional brilliance, Peter isn't hiding anything. There's no secret genius, no tragic backstory explaining the stupidity, no redemption arc waiting in the wings. Peter Griffin is exactly what he appears to be, a man so fundamentally, irredeemably stupid that reality itself had to adjust its rules to prevent him from accidentally ending existence. And even then, he's come close, multiple times, and will again. Because Peter's stupidity isn't a bug in his programming, it's the entire program. Remove the stupidity, and there's nothing left. Peter Griffin without stupidity isn't Peter Griffin. It's just an empty vessel waiting for the stupidity to return. The 7 levels of Peter Griffin's stupidity aren't warnings about his character. They're documentation of a force of nature, a cosmic constant, the universe's way of maintaining chaos through one fat guy in Rhode Island who will never ever learn. And that's not character development. That's not comedy. That's horror. The horror of watching someone with infinite opportunities to grow choose stupidity every single time. The horror of realizing there's no bottom to the stupidity, no limit, no moment where Peter finally understands. Just 7 levels of increasingly catastrophic idiocy, spiraling forever, destroying everything in reach, while Peter laughs and presses another button he was explicitly told not to press. That's Peter Griffin. That's always been Peter Griffin. That's all Peter Griffin will ever be. And somewhere in Quahog, a chicken is waiting, because the stupidity never ends. It just finds new levels.